This high school season, it's time to choose your gaming destiny. Whether it's gaming icons clashing in the ultimate showdown in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, hitting the road and outpacing the competition in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, or slinging ink with your friends in colorful battles in Splatoon 3. Bring competitive Nintendo gaming to your high school through Play Versus. Learn more about the upcoming season by visiting playvs.com.
Put on your boots, grab your rope. It's time to decide who is the king of the Mountain District. Or should I say, well, I guess the Mountain Region in this regard. But I'm Danum, and there's Jeannie with me as it has been all day. And hey, it's a new region and a new game.
New region? Well, technically same game, because that would be a different game, and that would be a different game. But we're in Splatoon 3. But it is a new region. Who will win the best of the Mountain region? The Mountain time zone. It's a unique amount of people to be competing in this region. But we're gonna see what they have to bring and what they have to offer for us.
Yeah, these guys have got a lot to bring, but so do you, and that means you can have a chance to get in on the action. Enrollment for the spring 2024 season is now open and free. It's free to compete. Discover the opportunities that Play Versus offers. Get all the details on the upcoming spring semester at playversus.com. Don't just be here in Twitch. Don't watch. Come on and play, because there's no time to get in. This is your best chance to get in. After, enjoy it while you can. Get in at high school and just carry that for you the rest of the way.
Oh, true. There's high schools and there's collegiate and there's so many other tournaments in Splatoon. It's the door opens. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, it's a great.
You can go as far as the wave carries you, and as far as the wave you want to go with.
Yeah, I mean, ride that wave as far as you can. But we've got Highlands Ranch High School taking on Chatham Senior High School, and I mean, again, the two teams that really had quite a struggle to get here. Chatham, I believe, came in at like the 25th seed, and it made it all the way here, which is just insane when you consider the route you had to get to. But Highlands also coming in at like 12. These are two teams that fought very hard to get here. So, I think it says a lot about how competitive this region really is.
Yeah, and this time with both these teams, we only have four members, so there will be no substitutions at all. These are the 4 players that will be playing it all out. If there's a compositional issue, you got to work it out in the best of 5, and you don't have that many maps to work with. In the modes, we start on Turf War and then start going into the rank modes. Turf War and Rainmaker, they play out very differently, so you can't really get too much of a read on your opponent. So you just kind of got to go in with it, your best foot forward, and pray that it's enough.
Yeah, if once we get to 3, 4, and 5, it'll be zones, it'll be tower control, and then clams as needed. But the other important part to all this is this region is also, they've agreed not to use anything from chill, so no new stamper, the screen's been banned, no new maps. So this is going to be an interesting case, because we're going to see what these teams have been cooking up and what they've been applying all season long into this finals.
Yeah, no chill. So we haven't had screen all tournament, though we're not allowed to use the controversial splatter color screen until further notice from Nintendo. And but mostly it's going to be that stamper, that new Splatoon stamper, because I'll be honest, ain't nobody using the reflex.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
The dualies, the new blaster and the Emperors, we could have seen some usages, I guess. But realistically, there isn't. Not too much else. The S Blaster is probably the biggest one that hurts from this, because its original kit is so bad. It's like Reef Slider Sprinkler, you're not getting anything out of it.
In another time zone, I'd love to make the debate about that and its uses and implications, but now is not the time, because Turf War is upon us, and
who's going to talk about a blaster on Turf War?
Yeah, I don't think we're necessarily looking at Turf War for blasters. We're looking at things that put down paint. And there's one that I want to call out. We've been calling out kind of periodically here, and that's your Omatics and your Aerosprays. That we've seen them get a lot of value, not just in Turf War, but those kinds of weapons do tend to make an impact in this mode.
Yeah. Surprisingly, we saw Aerospray work well on zones. So I'm down to see it again. If any of these teams want to run it in Turf War is the mode to run it. As long as we can, I want to see both these teams get their spawn paint down. Remember to get that.
That's so true.
Like, I know there's the debate that we all like to put on Miiverse posts, like, oh, paint spawn, don't paint spawn, go to mid. It's tactical, like first person down or first time the arrows, the heavy paint weapon goes down. You need to get that spawn paint down because games are won and lost. You have like 20% in your own of the ink on the map in your own spawn. That adds up a lot.
Yeah, and a lot of that is paint that your opponents can't necessarily get. Like it is crucial to keep that battle, but you can't afford to give up paint that's already yours. Like you can't afford to give up something that's already free, Genie. Like that is you have to claim that. So make sure you have someone covering that down, and that comes from teamwork, right? That comes from making sure you build your comps appropriately and you put your team member back there to clean up that paint. That really is going to still have an impact. So I'm watching these comps when we come out the gate because, again, making sure you get that paint down and that it stays is the most important thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But while we have a little bit of a break in time, I know we've had some long intermissions, and probably some new faces coming in. So we are talking about modes. Why don't we start talking about those said modes? Do you want me to take Turf War?
Yeah, you started off this time.
All right, Turf War. Basic. It's at its core, a basic mode. In Splatoon, you have it's 4v4, all weapons. You want to ink the map as much as you can. And for Turf War, the team that ends with the most ink on the ground wins the map. There's 3 minutes on the clock. Everything doesn't matter until Judd, your helpful cat, points his tail in the direction of whoever wins and does a little dance. That's the end of Turf War. There's some more complicated modes like Rainmaker.
Yeah, which is what we'll see in Game 2. You take those fundamentals and you learn about the space control, and you're given, a big old glowing fish, and that fish needs to get from the center to 2 various checkpoints on either side of your opponent's side, and hopefully, if you do it right and you move fast and you get your splats all the way to the end. The meter will go for both sides, whether the Rainmaker moves, it'll track how far you go. If you get it all to the end, you win. If you get it far enough at the end of a few minutes, you win also. So really a little bit more depth into controlling the space and making sure you win your splats versus, getting your objective to the end goal.
Yeah. And our third match, which will be Spot Zones, is like King of the Hill. It's miniature Turf War. Instead of having the entire map as your objective that you're fighting over to paint, it's only a specific small rectangle or however it's shaped around the map object, otherwise known as the spot zone. You have the paint over the zone and you have control. Your clock starts ticking down. First team to 0 win, or the team that is closest to 0. And you need to be in control of that zone. Every time that it flips over, there is a slight penalty that is applied. And next mode will be tower control.
Tower control plays similar to Rainmaker. For my friends also playing Overwatch, it's the payload. You have to make sure it gets from one end to the other, but it travels at its own pace along a set path. So protecting that and making sure you control the space and move it without interruption is the most important part of it. It always tries to reset back to center, so if you lose it, you can help it along there. But, again, it checks to see who got it the farthest. If you get it all the way end, enjoy your confetti and your fireworks, you win. Otherwise, at the end of 3 to 5 minutes, you're going to look to see who got it the farthest, and whoever got it the farthest will win.
Yeah. And so
I'll take clams. You took it the first time.
I got clams. I like clams.
All right, fine.
I like clams.
I won't take that from you then.
Clams, so, for instance, for people to know, the first 3 modes end Turf War. Turf War is the first mode.
Yeah.
That's everyone has to start out with Turf War. Then you can understand the other mode past that. And when Zones, Tower Control, Rainmaker is how Splatoon Nintendo presented it to us. Then they gave us 2.5 years before they gave us Clan Blitz because they knew we weren't ready for it. Clan Blitz. All right, get your pen and pencils out because you're gonna need this. If we go to Game 5, you're gonna have to remember this.
Yeah.
Clan Blitz. There are 2 baskets at either side of the map. They are closed. To open them, you have to collect 8 little golden clams on the map. Once you collect 8 golden clams, you make a power clam, which looks like a football. Then you throw that thing into the basket like a basketball, and you open up the basket. Once the basket is open, you can start chucking all these little clams in, and the points start rallying down. The 3 points for a golden regular clam, and the power clam for 20. Every time the basket closes, another penalty is applied.
You almost said, I was almost going to call you out because you almost said 10, and I know back in the day it used to be 10, but
I was gonna say 10. But yeah,
It
we
used
have
to be 10.
now. Instead of in Splatoon 2, it spawned in clan pods of 4,
4,
and then
now
you had
it's
to
3.
make 10. But now they spawn in pods of 3,
Yeah.
and it's 8.
So
It moves a little bit faster.
yeah, so a lot of different variety of game modes. There's quite literally something for everybody. When you start learning this game, everybody has their favorites, everybody has their least favorites, but you got
There's
to be
even
able to put it
card
all together.
games in this game.
There's even card games, but we're not going to see competitive card games here. Look, if we need a round 6, I vote we go to card games, but I know we'll never get that.
Yeah,
but
I've commentated Table Turf, and I'm
Table
really
Turf
good
is
at
fun.
Table Turf before.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it'll be a while before we get that power, so it'll just be a regular a paint and click adventure for now. So.
True.
We're still waiting on our initial pick for Turf War, and again, this is the opening mode, right? This is the mode you have to learn on that really gives you the basic advantage. It's also the one where you can really grind your fundamentals, try out new weapons, and really kind of get an understanding of what you want to do in this game, because there's a lot of different ways to do it. We got it. I can stop talking. We're going to Barnacle and Dime, and I'm just happy. Look, I'm just happy to be here for Barnacle and Dime. That was not something I was expecting.
It's a beautiful map.
It is beautiful. I love it. It's
a mall.
Yeah.
So for instance, for the people to note, it's a mall, and you're in this giant pond in the center of the mall, on the stage. It's a gorgeous stage. Oftentimes for team pictures, go to the stage.
Yeah,
beautiful.
It is a really cool mode. It's a really cool map. I don't know that we see a ton of it, but I'm really curious to see how these teams. This was I believe this was Highland's pick, if my the Falcon Fantastic pick, if my things are right. So I mean, that again feels calculated. I don't think everybody's playing Barnacle and Dime here, so that feels like a very calculated chosen pick.
Yeah, Barnacle and Dime, it's honestly picking up in popularity. It's one of the new maps that Nintendo they didn't hit a grand slam on it, but they did hit a home run. People enjoy it because they didn't spit it out at the moment they first tasted it. So we are gonna see what has to bring in Turf War. I'm not 100% familiar with how it plays out because it is still one of
still pretty fresh.
Newer ones. So it hasn't had, like, when we talk about Mako has had 5 years to sit and boil. It has had 5 years to sit and boil and stew, and same with like maps like Inkblot. They've had time. Hagglefish, it has been front and center of the best map for Splatoon, of the Splatoon 3 maps for a long time. So we've seen its in and outs. Barnacle and Dime, it only came in the summertime.
All right, well, let's see what they're bringing in for this, because we'll see it again. We'll see the roller for Ace is an interesting start. And it looks like an early DC, so that means we'll get a nice reset. Yeah, we caught it early this time, and you know what? That is fine. We will take that.
Yes, we will.
Honestly,
are we going to catch it early?
Are we going to? No, are we going to? I guess we're playing man down here? Interesting.
If we could tell Spectator that if you hold the right bumpers and the right triggers and both sticks down, you can cancel the lobby.
Yeah, there we go. That's that little cheat code that I don't, not everybody has learned, but it's all the bumpers and then both sticks, right? Because it's R3 and R3 and L3. So, you know what? It's better to get that out now. Honestly, that is like the best case scenario. And that quick look at what we kind of saw out of there brought some interesting things, including the most interesting one to me for Turf War was the Splatling, was the base level Splatling with Wavebreaker, because that's one you used to see a little bit, before Ballpoint kind of picked up in popularity. That was kind of the king of the backline for a while.
That is not the default. That is heavy deco. That's Kraken.
Was it deco? Oh, was that?
That was Kraken points out. You can't be coming at my my baby like that. That thing.
That's valid.
That one is honestly though, because Sprinkler is better in Turf War. Wavebreaker's not good though. Against non-crab teams, Kraken is what you're going to need to go in. The double Splatling comp, though, I find that interesting.
Yeah, that's true, too.
We saw, normally I'd say, Wavebreaker wouldn't be all that good. But against a roller and a Tetris, Wavebreaker could be really good, but you're not going to have that. You're going to have Kraken. And double Splatling beats the Carbon. Like, absolutely.
It does. Oh, yeah.
Takes away all of its map control and finds it out. Because one thing that Carbons like to, like all rollers, for instance, they like to hide in the ink. One thing you can do is even if you put ink down, you don't have to get out of the ink and just refill. You can stay hidden, like sharking in that ink, ready to pounce. One thing that Spotlings do is they shoot so many bullets, so fast, that they'll just be painting the map and they'll accidentally find a roller half the time.
It's really that. It's why you run it, right? If you feel like you need to control the backline or like control from a distance, that is a great way to do, is to run the double splatling. The other advantage is that it does, the splatlings they put out a lot of paint. Like, let's be real. You can paint a pretty good chunk of that and help, put your front line in a position where they can feel supported. If they go a little bit deeper, you can still check in and kind of support them from a distance. So now that we've got all four, we're in a good spot. Let's see what our fourth player is bringing in, because we saw the Tetras, we saw the roller, but we didn't see the arrow spray. So the arrow spray with the Booyah Bomb is the last one, and I think that's still, again, that's a high paint comp right there. I really do like that.
I do see some firepower. That the mini and the heavy can bring some firepower. I'm just worried though. Can you survive the double Zuka? The double Zuka will be absolutely critical in living against the Carbon and the Shot. Luckily, Carbon doesn't paint up for Zuko that fast, so you don't have to worry about the double onslaught that often.
Yeah, hopefully those teams are, that should be a little bit more of an efficient team. They should be able to move about a little bit quicker, but getting caught out on the side like that will get down as Lotion takes the fall, but it'll be a 3v4, so fight's not over yet. It is still being pretty heavily contested. They get the cooler, and the Zuka will come out. Specials are abound, but it's 2 on the side of Falcon Fantastic that unfortunately fall.
Yeah. This is going to be a Reefslatter online for these sessions. They're not going to be using the Zipcaster one because there aren't all that many good avenues to use Zipcaster here in the Reefslatter. Just to paint forward, just to stay alive. I'll refill the special tank, or the ink tank.
It's all right. Well, refill both tanks there, because that's going to be another Zuka just sent out from the side of Falcon Fantastic. So, I mean, they are losing the spot here. It's really difficult to get set up. They are just under constant pressure from range at that. The Kraken is in, but, I mean, what are you looking for? They're going to get that. Even if you can get in there, you're just going to cook yourself deep. The Booyah Bomb sent in too. Trying to push him out. Almost got the push, but managed to get him with their life, and that's the consolation there.
Yeah, and the arrow spray goes down to a Zuka. That's pretty unfortunate. We've got just under halfway through this map. We do have this Ultra Stamp ready online. I know that they saw that member who was just sharking in the ink. They're able to get one going up on the high ground. Can they find the roller? No, the roller's able to punish them easily.
Yeah, that stamp is good. It can easily tear the way, but it isn't infallible. You aren't invulnerable in it anymore, so being able to move through. I'm looking for this roller to kind of clear up some of this space, keep sharking and find the damage, but they can also put down some paint to defend what they own right now with this minute, with a minute left on the clock.
It's hard to shark on this map against 2 Spotlings, because there is kind of a little bit of cover in mid, but realistically, there's only 2 choke points. So the Spotlings, as long as they keep the fire and the paint down on those areas, they'll be safe. So I haven't seen a Turf War match today that has been this close going into the final 30.
This 100% has been the closest we got. Zuka goes in, doesn't manage to get the trade. The Kraken is there looking for something, jumps in as well, finds 2 with the Kraken. That is a huge opener in the last 30 seconds. That means this Falcon squad. No, 2 back. The Falcons are still fighting. That's 3.
That's a wipeout. Oh my goodness, the paint is starting to come down, starting to roll out. This is devastating, but this is amazing at the same time. The Tacticooler, if they can drop this down, they will all be but secured in this victory. Now just holding mid, they know that they've won this game. It's going to be able to be secured. The Highland Reach, my goodness, what a wipeout coming out in that final 20 seconds.
That was huge, considering just a second ago they were down 3. Some real heroics from the side of Falcon Fantastic. So, I mean, shout out to them for just absolutely clutching up, and that's what it takes to get here, right? We were looking at Falcon Fantastic as, again, coming in from a lower bracket. These are 2 underdog teams that made it here, and that's the kind of play that gets you here, right? As it's full dabs across the street. Yeah, I mean, that's I mean, look. They earned those. I can't take that from them. You clutch up like that, and you win Splat, and you win Turf War like that. Like, you earned it. Take it.
Oh yeah, that was really, really good plays from Falcon Fantastic. We saw in that low ground trench, the 2 Spotlings coming out, and then the Zap just walks up and avenges 2 of their teammates and takes out 3 in that moment, and then they're able to stay alive, paint up, and drop that Tacticooler, solidifying, even if their teammates want to run up there, if they fall, it won't be long until they respawn back again.
Yeah, and realistically, those trades are the most important thing, right? As long as you get traded out, somebody, say makes your death not in vain, you can continue to push, and that's what happened, right? Those respawns came back in, tactical bonuses kicked in, and suddenly they were able to take the space and hold it a little bit more forward and put the pressure up. So that's really what gave them that success. But there's your basics, there's your beginners. Let's move on to Rainmaker because it will be the counter pick.
Counter pick for Rainmaker. So I'm looking because you had the double splatling.
Okay,
And against
yeah.
a super short rangey comp. Those are the two different big differential makers. We got those the tetracarbon, which would be an in your face, close the distance on you, versus the double spotting, which want to keep you at that range and out kind of paint you out. I'm looking at your crab legs. I'm looking at your hagglefish. I'm looking at I'm also looking at your scorch gorge. Kind of.
I mean, do you really think the mini's staying though? Like I think the mini was just
Turf War?
Outside of turf war. Do you think it's staying for Rainmaker though? Like I feel like that might just be for turf war.
That's what I'm playing off of, and especially with crab leg being the counter pick.
It will be crab leg, yeah. I mean, yeah, you called it. Good read. Let's see if the rest of this holds true because I don't foresee. Okay, we'll bring it. Oh,
Jet
wow.
Sculpture, that's what you
Jet
need.
Sculpture. That's an interesting one. A different aerospray comes in as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Blaster too?
Zap, arrow, and the blaster. You have the paint. You don't have to worry about the paint on the side of the blaster.
Yeah, that's something. I'm curious to see what value Reef Slider gets because Reef Slider can be a great space control mechanism and a great engagement tool, but it really is so easily punished.
It's more or less the aerospray might want to play with the fizzies.
Yeah.
And the Reef Slider can be used to pop that Rainmaker really, really fast, actually.
I could see that then, but the initial pick will go here, and it looks like there's a clean pass, so they'll get the slam early here. They'll pay for it. But, I mean, Chatfield is hanging.
A checkpoint. You only have one.
Yeah, Falcons, we'll take that. You'll hold that for now. Kraken committed early, Genie? That's a clear.
It really wants to clear. And we really wants to clear that top right.
Yeah, we're
it does get one. It gets a Jet Sculpture off top right, which is good because Jet Sculpture is the hardest weapon to move on the side of the Falcons. And Chatfield, they're going to be able to get this Rainmaker dunk for themselves. They have some jumps in, but not going to be able to get this across the line because double Zuka is out. Plus, no
way!
Jet Sculpture didn't put it down in the right spot, so the Rainmaker's able to sneak down to 48.
Oh,
they got away with murder.
That's a mental breaker right there. They need to get control of the the high grounds here because, I mean, Falcon Fantastic. That's hurting. You shouldn't have let that get away. That should have been an easy hold. So get control of the high ground, push it. You got the Rainmaker. You're down one, but just try to get out of the way for now. Ooh.
That's like leaving your front door open and expecting somebody not to walk in.
For real. That was. I mean, we also gotta discuss. Look at how much value that Kraken has got, right? Like that has been multiple picks off of a single Kraken, so that really says something. Reef Slider comes in, doesn't catch. No, they managed to get out alive for now, but not for much longer.
It got one.
Did it get one? Okay.
And the aerospray didn't get it with the Reef Slider. He got one later. Baited and poured innocent soul into an aerospray at point blank range.
You take the high ground is there though, so they'll move past this checkpoint. They're just looking to extend the lead here. This grading is going to be tough to move on. There's no safe place to hide. There's no good places to get in.
The Reef Slider's going to probably go across this to try to eat up some of those bombs. And it doesn't eat up the bombs, but it does make the space. The Rainmaker all the way down at 21. The Zukas are out, able to find one, able to find two. The Aerospray jumps out, so that's an effective wipe here, so.
That's a good wipe. I mean, you're happy with that, though. That is a great set play with that Reef Slider. I questioned what it was for, but that was a great set play for it. 21 is their lead point with 2 minutes 20 on the clock. So, I mean, I'm looking now for Chatfield here. They need to find a way in. They're looking at the high ground. I don't think it's the high ground. I think you need to find a way. I think you need to find a different way in.
Yeah, and coming down between the two Aerosprays, I definitely think that one is, of the two, better on this map. Booyah Bomb can just fall through the grating and you won't get any value, and Sprinkler's not going to help you out. Fizzy Bomb is good, and Reef Slider can do that for you.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's a wipeout.
Wait, is that both teams wipeout? I think it was.
Wiped out. Both teams wiped out. It was just one left. It was a very late wipeout on both. So, I mean, it's at mid, Genie, mid at 45 here, and I'm looking for the first special to come online because that's going to make the difference and probably sway the fight here.
First special, if it's Azuka, that would be great. Uh-oh.
Oh, no,
Aerospray's gone.
Aerospray's out.
No. Not like
tragic.
this.
That's tragic. They have the lead. If they can hold this for the minute and a half, there's a chance for Falcon to come on top.
Yeah, and they have a Kraken. This Kraken has to find the Rainmaker. But the problem with Kraken on this map
Great
is that
shot.
you can go on the grading and it's all over. Luckily, it's able to get the Rainmaker, and the Blaster hits a massive direct. We are going to see the rest of the members of the Falcons trying to fight against this Rainmaker and against that the Wave Breaker. The pop has come through, and the members from both teams are regrouping in mid.
Chatfield's just doing its best to try to push back and hold it as best as they can. They know they have the lead, and it's a minute on the clock, but I mean, Falcon fantastic. They have time on their side. They know if they can just get a pick, they're immediately just up in the numbers. One falls on each side though, and the high ground is clear, Genie. I think they see
Oh,
the
it's not
intro.
clear. The Blaster's here, but is it
Good
able?
recover.
The landed shots not quite.
Kraken's out, looking for one, tries to climb up. He does
Oh, got
find
it!
him there. He finds him there though. 30 seconds on the clock, looking for, manages to get with his life. The stall continues. Chatfield University could continue to hold this here, 20 on the clock.
Varsity, they're gonna do their best to hold on. This will be, honestly, the final push here, so this is going to be massive. Down a member. It's going to be mostly up to the spalling, but you have everybody running at you, and you can't pop your Kraken on the grading. Luckily, somebody has fallen. The Rainmaker does fall.
Rainmaker's down.
Too.
They need to get control of it. Kraken's up. It does manage to find one. It's still
It's just a
live.
carbon.
If they pop it, they get it. They hold it even through the DC.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Ooh. Chatfield Varsity, that was scary. That was scary.
Yeah.
But luckily they had so much of a lead that the disconnect will not affect them. And that's a huge mental boost. Because being down in an 0-2 hole after DCing is so much different than having the series tied up at 2.
Oh
at
yeah.
1 apiece.
That's effectively a mental gainer, realistically.
Oh, yeah.
Knowing that you took the DC and still managed to hold it out, it made sense. Like, right? Like, you just had to play defensively. You had the lead. Things were in their favor, but you're still playing man down. So the fact that they were able to hold back that onslaught, I mean, says so much. And I think so much credit to that Kraken. So much credit to the player behind that Kraken, because they are getting so much value, creating so much space, and just being a total nuisance while in that invulnerable state.
I couldn't agree with you more. It's so close, because like that Kraken, if it didn't jump up on the one side of the wall, it easily would have missed. It was just that extra little hitbox that they got down. And 1-1 scoreline is great. I believe we are gonna have a quick little tactical timeout just to reset and make sure that everyone is ready to go. So then, but we're going into zones here.
I mean, if you're Chatfield, I don't think you need to change much. Like, you might consider going back to what you ran on Turf War, but like, your Kraken player's hot right now. I mean, I think you just enable them. Just continue to do what you did in your last map, and just continue to enable them. Maybe ditch the arrow spray. I'm not like so. I mean, it worked in
on
one
zones. Come on, bro. We saw arrow spray go crazy on zones.
I'm not. We did see it, but I'm not. Like, look, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, like, look, if my job is to like support my Kraken player who's going ham right now, like, I might not stay on the arrow spray, but I think look, the reslider got a lot of value also.
You could go, the reslider got value, but maybe even a 10 attack splatter shot or a splash or even a regular splatter shot.
Yeah.
If you're not confident in your aim with a Zuka or a crab tank, tri-strikes are always available to you.
Yeah. I mean, and that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot of it, right? Is they're going to like, a lot of it is finding what your comfort is and what your skill is, and they've clearly found their comfort. I sure couldn't handle a Kraken that way. I don't pick up those weapons for that reason.
I find aerospray is actually, when people start picking up the game and they say, "Oh, aerospray so fast, shoots so fast," I always say that this game's 10 attack is probably one of Splatoon's most beginner-friendly weapons ever.
I could agree to that.
Like, it has a splat bomb, and tri-strikes get a lot of value for your team while being very strong, and they have some aiming mechanics, but it's more or less grabbing a buoy and sticking it on the ground. And not really aiming a giant bazooka at somebody.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I'm inclined to agree with you on that statement, because especially in a mode like zones, tri-strike gets so much value. You can, you might try to use it a couple times just to fish out a kill or buy some space, but it's a very flexible it's a flexible special. You can clear the entire zone with it if you need to. You can buy the space or punish a retreating enemy. There's a lot of usage to be had from it, and it's why it saw a couple of moments in the sun.
Yeah, it's very fun to use. I can't
Oh,
wait
yeah.
till like we've got. I know Octoshot's coming. I know. I
Yeah.
can feel it. I can't wait for the Octoshot to rise up again once we have what is it? What's that cool mode that's
Side order.
side order? Yes.
Side order. Yes.
I'm excited for that.
I also am also, so I gave it to you, but you know, who knows what's going to bring ahead. It's worth noting, you know, we aren't seeing anything from Chill Season, by the way, in case you didn't missed
No.
it in the opening 2 games. There's no Chill Season. There's no ramen. There's no maps. No weapons from that. Screen is also out
Screen is gone.
of it too. So no screen doesn't not exist. But so realistically, we're seeing, you know, some pretty quality play from stuff that has been in the game for a while. So a lot of, you know, fine-tuned mechanics.
Yeah, most of these teams got to either agree or disagree because I know a lot of the qualification for this event was during the fall season because for context, Splatoon runs on 3-month seasons. Splatoon 3, 3-month seasons.
Yes.
We have 4.
Yes.
So the September, October, November season will be when all the fall qualifications happen, which is why we're in fall playoffs for 2023. So now that it's December, the new season has dropped for December, January, February, meaning that there's a lot of things that have changed. We can't go back to what the balance patch is, so there might have been a couple things, points for special, different little mechanical changes that we can't go back on, but we can say no new things.
No.
If you want to wear your new hat, though, I'm pretty sure that's available.
I think you can. Yeah, you can wear your backwards cap forward.
They haven't. It's not like we've added a whole new main ability to the game.
No,
but I know with main power up. I remember when main power up first came in the game. If you had main power up in your gear, you literally had to remove that piece of gear from your body.
It will be Mahi zones though. So again, I'll return to the old. Let's see what changes here. There is the end zap, so that cooler is back, and I think that is the correct call. But we are keeping the
double jumps.
Okay, we really value jumps. I'm curious to see how this plays out. I mean, I'm still watching Bonely, though. Bonely with that Kraken has been a monster in these past 2 sets.
Oh, yeah. Looking to cause some damage. Even in the mountain times, I might make their way up to Kraken their way up to Seattle. Shout out to anyone who knows that reference. Hockey fans out there.
I appreciate that hockey reference, even if I don't fully get it. But the zone is already ticking. It's 75 for the side of Chatfield. And finally, they'll get some contests. Zuka's out. It's a little too late, though. The damage is done, and that'll be the Falcon Fantastic back it off for now.
Oh, and good call. They did find a member who's up on this high ground, but they got one spot before going down, and unfortunately the jumps are in. These jumps, got baited by the super jumps. I saw that, Carbon.
I can't blame them. I would have looked for it too. They did manage. You know what? I'll give it here. The chumps on this zone. The zone is just small enough that if you hit the chumps in the right spot, you can flip the zone. So I respect this double chump take. It's not your usual, but it works. Yeah, you can't. I respect it.
Unless you have a wave breaker, like there's nothing that'll take out all of those chumps. You're going to have at least some of them chumps coming out. But oh my goodness, the Zuka capping off a clean wipeout.
Yeah, that'll be the Falcon, the Fantastic side here, taking away their bonus, so they'll take the lead shortly. Cooler is up. The advantage is there, so they have those respawns and those bonus stats, but I mean, they're sitting pretty right now. It's going to be a chumps to engage, though, so I'm very curious to see how this goes. The first splat, triple strike as well, manages to live. This man is unkillable. Ace is on fire right now.
Ace has got an invincible Kraken breathing down their neck. Unfortunately, actually, fortunate for them, their teammate baited the Kraken around. He's able to stay alive. We're ticking down here, so this is dangerous time. There's a Reef Slider online, which can do a lot of damage if you're not looking at it carefully. And here it comes. Luckily, the Carbon has been taken out. The Reef Slider's in. The Heavy is cooking, though.
Yeah, and I mean, thankfully they managed to get the flip for the side of Chatfield, so you know, that's their consolation. They'll have to take it. That's their consolation for now. 71 counting, 3 minutes on the clock. It's a big penalty that Falcon Fantastic has to move through, but this moment can't be squandered. They need to build their specials and win these 1v1s.
They do. Carbon's on their way in. They have found somebody for the zap, able to stay alive and get the punish. The Reef Slider will most definitely take them out. But they've lived long enough in the Tetris. They got forced back. The Kraken is out, looking for some damage. There's too much ink. They will be able to fight the lead through all of that. My goodness.
The lead, they take it, they flip it. The Kraken helps lead the way down to below 20. There's going to be one last shot to recontest, and they have the advantage for the side of Falcon Fantastic. They need to contest the zone now, though.
Ooh, they gotta go. They gotta go. They do paint it, and they get all the spots in that zone. Just a heavy who will most likely be respawning and not super jumping in. Because that's not a weapon you see flying through the air often.
No, that was dangerous. 3 seconds left in a 66 penalty. 2 minutes on the clock here. Falcon Fantastic need to win. Looks like 2 fights. Kraken's in though.
Got 1. Can I get 2? It knows where somebody else is. They see them.
They found
have to back off. You can't take the carbon fight. But luckily, that mark is huge. You know exactly where the final 2 members are. Falcon Fantastic. They got some time. But realistically, 1 more fight past this.
Yeah, it's coming down to that 30-second of the penalty left. So, I mean, these Kraken, if this Kraken gets built up again, it's almost game over here. Points still under contest at 30. There's the Chumps. Reefsider in. Doesn't manage to catch, but doesn't get punished either. So, Chumps are still in. Swing, no, the
Auto bomb.
I mean, if they still flip it, Booyah Bomb comes in, but the picks continue to fall for the Falcon Fantastic. A minute 15 here, and I mean, the penalty was traded back and forth, so they managed to gain a little bit of time out, but it's not enough. This is probably coming to last fight territory. Falcon Fantastic cannot afford to take a loss here. They need to build their specials now. Yeah,
cannot fall to the Zuka. We do see that there's going to be a little bit of a flank. Will they be able to find this carbon? Eesh, this is going to be tight. There goes the Chumps out. They're going to be painting the zone. Both teams don't have all that great painting weapons left alive. The Chumps are out. They're causing so much damage in the
He dies!
Splat!
He got it! They flipped the point. 40 seconds on the clock. The triple ink strike comes in to try to just stall it out. But Chatfield holds on to it again. They're down a point though. Autobomb in. If Falcon Fantastic can push here, there is a moment where they should be able to push this back. 20 seconds on the clock. This is the last fight, Genie.
This is absolutely last fight. I agree with you. So there's going to be a Zuka and a Tactical online. And this heavy cannot fall here. It cannot fall now. Do not fall off this map. 15 seconds on the clock. It's ticking down. This might be a knockout zone before this even goes through. But the Dynamo has no paint, has no ink. The Kraken is ready. Just the dualies is ticking away. And we have a knockout on our hands.
Wow. What an absolute brawl. That was a fight for sure. Just no team could really chain fight wins together. It just, every single special came out and found value. I've never seen Chumps get so much value since they've been released. That is
I've literally never seen Chumps do that before.
That is like, I have taken away one thing from that last match, and I am sold on Chumps on Mahi because that was just impressive with the right amount of pressure, what they could accomplish.
Yeah. I'm sold on Chumps on Mahi until you face against a Wave Breaker. And the Wave Breaker goes boom, and every single Chump is gone.
Valid. You know what?
No, that's how it works.
No, it's a valid point. But like I said, like,
but who's gonna counterpick Wave Breaker?
Yeah, who's gonna plan for that? I mean, we can talk about this all we want, but there's still more to play. It's still 2-1. It's match point now here for the side of Chatfield. Man, sorry, I'm still taking this all in because this has just been an incredible matchup. This has been an incredible matchup.
I'm thinking about Chumps. I'm thinking about teams. I'm thinking about regions.
We still got to play tower control here, Genie. Where are we going for tower control? Because we've seen quite a few things here.
Kraken isn't as great on tower control. You want to take him to a short range map where Heavy's not good on.
Yeah.
You really like it's hard though because even if you take him to a short range map, Heavy will always just be able to sit on tower.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, it's just you have to have like maybe a flounder, but like that would be bad.
Yeah. It's just been there's a lot going on here. Like there's a lot to process, and I don't envy being in this counter pick position because there's just so much. There's so many things to consider, right? Because again, like this heavy deco is not something you see all the time. This is a definitely unique pick that is well tuned, and it's these. Yeah, like this is 1,000% like these are weapons you don't see all the time. So like this is really tough to kind of play into, especially given like the Reslider, which you don't see a lot of in anything. It's pretty considered low value.
Yep. It's for me, I've been a heavy deco fan since S1 back when it had the same exact kit that it had now. I don't know. I played a lot of weapons over my time, but definitely the heavy deco is my overall most played weapon throughout my history. So seeing it come out like this, it's definitely a niche pick. It's not good on everything. I'm gonna be honest though. For Chatfield, if they lose tower control, they are going to
Yeah.
have Kraken on
For
Clamblitz.
And Clamblitz, yeah.
Even if they lose tower control, I'm not worried about it because
Okay.
super jumping with power climbs to your best
Vulnerable
defensive
Kraken.
weapon, your defensive juggernaut, you're gonna hold that defense lock hard and strong with the heavy. I'm looking at Clamblitz. Tower control for them would be nice and all to win the championship there. But Clamblitz is where you're actually gonna win it.
Umami Ruins. Okay.
You're gonna pick a carbon on Umami?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not
I don't
sure
know
about this
about this one.
myself. I'm not sold on this, but it is match point. Falcon Fantastic is on the ropes. No
Oh, I
carbon
see now.
here. No
Why?
carbon. Yep. This is
No,
this
there's carbon. There's a carbon.
Oh, was a carbon? Okay, no, I'm sorry. I was looking at the.
We got the-
I was looking at the Nova.
MKV Forge Pro.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Was the Forge Pro there? Interesting. So quite a few changes. The junior and also very defensive comp. They're going to play for the bubble set plays on this side of Chatfield, and that's a tried and true strategy that wins.
And the range blaster coming out. I like the range blaster pick on tower control. On this map as well, it does work out. It is kind of beaten by S blaster, but I know that we can't. Oh yeah, we can't use the S.
Can't use S blaster. Can't use S blaster here.
Nope, you can't. Not the new one. Unless you want to use Brief Slider, when I would just still pick this range blaster over it.
No, Kraken is in, but range blaster is going to get
that's a
punished for
matchup.
that. Yeah, that is a good matchup. That's a good one-up for the roller there. So Falcon Fantastic will get it back. They'll start to push. I really want to see them push up. I want to see them take the space. I want to see this carbon get aggressive. I really just think
Is
that
carbon, you want to get aggressive. You
want
can't
to.
go too far forward where your Jet Sculpture and your forwards can't paint forward. That's what you need. And that's a wipeout. My goodness, the Falcons,
huge.
they are rolling it forward. They're two mid to long range poke weapons in the Pro and the Jet. Doing so much work so far, especially with that rain cloud out. It's just forcing the members of Chatfield to scatter.
Yeah, so much chip damage coming their way, and that's what you want out of that special, is just be able to chip them away. But you can see it, the Deco is getting in the position. They'll get the high ground back. The Blaster's there. Tries to catch a sneaky underneath, but can't quite get it. 3:30 on the clock, and I mean, they have twice the lead on them. It's 87 to 40, so this is going to be a rough road ahead.
But the thing is, Solo, the first checkpoint is in mid. It's bare, like you can see that anchor that's on our screen, that blue box, is the first checkpoint. The second checkpoint, there's only 2 checkpoints on this tower control map. So half the maps have 3, half the maps have 2. And it's that checkpoint that we're seeing on our screen on the lower left. It's a long way.
Yeah.
That's where the team is won and lost. And neither team has anything pushed on it. So even though there is a 3 down scenario here, it only is truly won when the second checkpoint is gone.
I mean, they'll have the advantage, but the spawns will be back a little bit faster. No specials up here, so they're going to have to play behind the cart, and I think this is the right call. The Booyah Bomb's going to come in and buy the space back. They'll get one, they'll get Bolt with it, and it'll force the rest of the specials out. No picks there. So, I mean, I think this is stalled here. I think that was a great play from the side of Falcon Fantastic. The Blaster just trying to pick everybody. Great read. Just trying to get value with that. Oh, wow.
They didn't get on the tower, and they were able to break through it. None of the shooters were around, any of the close-range shooters, the Aerospray or the Junior, were alive to really swim their way up there. And the Heavy and the Range Buster, they want to play the range. They don't want to just run at that thing. And this big bubbler, so this is early. This is not going to be still alive for this checkpoint, so they won't be able to guarantee this cap, but they will be able to get it.
I mean, they had to sense all those specials just to get back to mid, Genie. Like, that's not where you want to be. You had to commit 3 just to get yourself back to mid and maybe get control of this. It's finally pushing forward, but now there's 2, and the carbon is there. They'll lose it. Yeah, they're 2 down. Like, that was so many resources given, and they can't afford to keep investing into losing fights.
Yeah. There's a lot of paint that either team can really recharge their specials on. But oh my goodness, the Kraken just got 2.
Wow. Yeah, that Kraken just shows up from downtown. Will catch 1, catches the Blaster, but the Blaster punishes in kind. Cart's still rolling, so this is the best chance for Chatfield to really keep this rolling now. They have 2 on Cart, and they have the numbers advantage, but the spawns are coming in.
Gotta watch out because the suction bombs into the Toxic Mist. You can't escape those. It's gonna be so darn close. Both these teams want to hold. One team wants to hold, one team wants to push through, and the Aerospray gonna chuck a Booyah Bomb and try and leave. I don't think they're long for this world, though.
No.
They're stalling.
They're stalling this out. Wow. I mean,
they lived.
I lived. I mean,
bro literally saw the hurricane and lived.
I mean, look, eyes on the prize, I guess. Falcon got it back to mid, though. That's what they wanted. They win by keeping this tower exactly at mid, so they got what they wanted out of that transaction. Yeah, you let one live, and maybe there's a jump out, but this Kraken needs to be huge if there's a Falcon Fantastic to steal back the lead.
Oh, and that's such a good force out the Kraken, but you can't drop down like that. Oh, they got points into Mark, so maybe the blocks are gonna hit them direct, but the Carbon is there. Carbon is there fast. The Carbon is there early. The jump's gonna be coming into this bubble. The Carbon's got a free showing if they can just get up there. Wait, everyone's still alive.
Everyone's still alive. Gets 2. Lives. He lives on that. He gets 3 and lives 4. He gets the ace.
Oh my goodness! The Carbon just closes out the game with 4. Wait, there's still 10 seconds on the clock. They have a slight chance though here, so.
No, they just need to hold cart. If they play slightly aggressively, look at this bazooka's just gonna clear out everybody who's left. GG.
Oh, and there's a booyah. GG booyah. Pop the booyah.
It's over.
It's over. Game 5.
We see 5. Unbelievable. Great play out of the side of Falcon Fantastic. Incredibly, just brilliant play. Great sharking and great play from that main Slayer in the Carbon. I mean, we saw a clutch up in 1. We saw a clutch up in 4.
That was a 2v4, by the way, and they got 4.
Yeah, and they got 4.
The Forge was
4.
in spawn.
Yep.
Ace got the ace.
He hit it. That's unreal. That's the second clutch up moment out of the side of Falcon Fantastic. That's exactly the kind of moments. That's how you get here, right? Like, that's what it takes to really get you to this championship finals. And again, you know, it's a map 5. We're gonna see clams. I'm concerned. I know there's a really good Kraken player on one side of the team here, though.
Scorch clams. Scorch
clams. Yeah.
Clamblets. You take your heavy spotting to Scorch Gorge Clamblets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
a question.
That is the best.
Yeah.
That is in tier list of best heavy deco maps in Splatoon history.
Yeah. No,
Kelp Dome. Then I would say Scorch, and then I would say Camp Triggerfish, and those are the top 3.
I no, agree 100%. Like, there is not a question.
Maybe put Scorch up a little bit above because nobody wants to go to Kelp Dome.
No, I agree.
Other than the heavy player.
This is an instant slam. Like, you just lock this in. Everything is in your favor. You just have to make sure you can play it the way you have, and you have to make sure you can run your set play to get in and get those clams in. Because
this is Scorch clams with your heavy deco.
Yeah.
This is giving LeBron James the ball with 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
This feels like a no-brainer. I don't want to speak now. We might get something else, but like, this feels obvious to you and I. But like, they're, for all we know, they have, you know, these teams are very prepared. We've seen this in these counter picks.
Eeltail
Alley. Okay, yeah. See, there is something they know.
Eeltail is another good map.
I'll take it. Yeah. No, these teams know exactly what they're doing. Their counter picks are very calculated. They feel very they know exactly what they want to do. So I'm so very curious to see how this plays out. This feels like, you know, what's the meme? This feels very like nuclear bomb versus coughing baby, but I don't think it's that simple.
You can't make that reference, bro. I love it, but you can't make
Look, no, on paper it feels like that. I think it's not. I think this is like LeBron VMJ right here, because this is gonna be just that close. I think this is gonna be a toss-up game.
I wish that we could have seen that.
Yeah, I think this is that toss-up of the game right now.
And okay, I do like the comeback of the arrow spray, because I really need to see that more paint control to support your range blaster. Because your heavy's yes, it likes the paint, but your heavy's also one of your slayers. So the zap plus the arrow spray to really paint for your 2 slayers, so then they can cook how they want to cook.
I'm concerned though, Genie. There is a cooler on one side and not the other though, and we've seen how impactful that can be. Just having those buffs and that respawn rate does so much. But the clam economy is going to be balanced out pretty evenly here. So, I mean, it's just going to be a question mark.
Question mark is always going to be answered with a Zuka. We have 2 of them. Aligned for the Falcon. Here goes one. Will the other one from the shot follow it up? Not quite yet.
No, chumps are out though, and they bought a little bit of paint space. One clam is available out on the side of Chatfield, so I mean, there's no entry though. I'm sorry for the Falcons. There's no entry though. There's no shot they get that in with the reslider, do they?
Well, yeah, I mean, it does get launched off. They get one clam in, and the heavy's able to stay alive. I don't know if they dropped another power clam.
I believe so.
No, they didn't have another one. So 80 is good, but at least I know that they know how to go for these strategies. So
Yeah.
Overtime, 40 points isn't safe.
Yeah, it's not a safe bet, but it is a great opener. I'll take that set play as like a solo playmaking moment. That's what you need to see, especially when it's on the line like this. You need players to step up like that, and now it's time for the Falcons to step up. They have the 2 clams. They just need an opening now.
Yeah, the Zap has given it to them. The Zap has run in there. The Zuka is out. The Restarter will be online, and will it be able to punish anybody from a high ground positioning? We are seeing that it's going to be in the low ground. Here goes
Slider?
the offensive Restarter from the Tetris. It takes out the range.
That's
Here comes the Carbon in. 1 clam in, 2 clams. No, they drop it down. But will it
They
go
got
in?
the other one in.
Yes,
They got
it
the other one
will.
in.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, they get the second one in. The Kraken was just a little too late. It managed to get the team wipe, but it just wasn't enough. The Deco still continuing to try to put in work here. And I mean, it's a little under 3 minutes on the clock. The penalties are still ticking down, but again, you know, we're just seeing Chatfield now. They have a power claim up there, ready to move forward. They're just waiting on another Kraken at this point, and it's just going to come down to Bonely to build it.
Yep, here they are. They're trying to get ready for this push. We see that they are going back, and the this ways are coming out. Everybody knows what that means. Clams are coming in.
Huge.
1, 2, buckle my shoe.
Great set play. You love to see it. That is a team that is disciplined and knows exactly how to make their plays win. But look at this aggressive push by Falcon. They are pushing in. They know that the second the barrier drops, there's no one to contest. The Reslider in.
Oh, yeah.
It does get 1. He manages to save it.
And
There's
2
2
in.
in. They take the lead.
There's another jump in. Does it have the power? No, it doesn't. It does not have the pity. Oh, they do. He's coming in from the backside.
He gets it.
It's coming in from the backside, but it gets taken out.
This is just haymaker of haymaker set plays. This is high quality Splatoon right here. Just seeing these teams just put the teamwork to work. This is incredible. This mountain range absolutely needs to be paid attention to. If you are watching for the future, for nationals, you need to be paying attention to how because this is clinical.
And here goes the Kraken. The teams, they're waiting. They're
waiting.
They
They know.
both are going in. Here they go. Will they be close enough? 1 is in. The
They got
second is
2.
in. The lead is swapped. The lead is swapped. But here's the other thing. Wait, the basket's still open, down to
It's still open.
24. That is beautiful because that will change up a little bit of the ebb and the flow of the pace. But that's the Carbon going in and getting 1. Power Claim is on its way here, so will it be able to find its way into this basket? It will.
They need to put something
2 go
in,
down,
though.
3 go down.
They need to keep putting these in, though. Every single 3 matters. No, the wipeout is there. They didn't get enough on this push. It might have been a little bit hasty, Genie. There's a minute on the clock, which means there's probably 1 more push, and the Kraken is
Kraken's
close.
going to be ready.
It's going to be ready by the time they get this. They just need a power clam to seal it. And
They
they
have
don't even need to push this, Genie. They can sit back and play.
No, I think so. I think they push this. They have to make sure that the heavy does not fall in this situation. They have
They
1
need to
power
protect
climb, which has jumped out. They have people running in. No, they've lost 1 of their power
They had to give
climbs. They've taken it out. They have another power climb. If they can save it, the heavy's not going to go for it though. They are just going to opt to play defensive. Have to watch out. There's members on the top right. They're coming for them. They're gunning for them. They're going for the splat, but they're going to play back. They have the power climb. They do have the power climbs.
I love this acknowledgement and adaptation from Falcon Fantastic. They realize Bonely is just the key linchpin to all this. They know they need to pick it. Zuka's looking for him, just trying to get a power climb out of that way. They can't do it, but Bonely still lives. They have 1 up of their own. 2 power climbs are coming in from the side of Chatfield Varsity.
1 gone.
1 gets stopped. Looking for the second one. Can they push? Is there anything there? No. Pig
2.
stopped on the high ground, catches him with the splat link. There's 10 seconds, Genie. I don't know that they're
Play
going to get
defensive.
another shot at
That's all
this.
they have to do. And the Carbon couldn't get the power climb in time. They need to get the other power climb to save it. It's just going all left, right, and center. Chatfield, they're trying to hold on. They're trying to hold on for this overtime. They need to find a couple more spots. The Reslider comes in, goes big, gets 1, gets... But
There's
they
the
need to
pick.
get this power climb in the basket.
No, they don't have
and
it.
they forget about the objective. Chatfield, they hold on. And they win the mountain region.
Wow. Just impressive Splatoon from both teams. Chatfield just absolutely coming out and just putting on, man, just coming out on top on that scrappy play. Just phenomenal. This is exactly what you want to see out of Splatoon at all levels. And I think we could not ask for anything better tonight.
No, honestly, we've had a reverse sweep. We've had a back and forth game 5 and some other fantastic sets of just pure good Splatoon gameplay. I'm scared for the next generation, bro.
Yeah. Yo, we might be
This is high
cooked.
school. I'm done.
Yeah, we're
My
cooked, man.
career's over.
We should just move to coaching now. We'll see us on Fiverr for coaching in the future, man.
No, we're already on the press box, so we're all good.
Yeah, so we're all right. We're good.
I'm safe.
But we gotta hang out in the press box here for a few minutes while we get our next game ready. There's still one more game, Genie. We still gotta hang out with. We gotta check out the California region. So hang tight. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll catch you for California in just a little minute.